this hour. Big oil has federal regulators in its pockets. It's been that way for years. It's been, let's see, drill first, get permission later. Congressman Raul Grijalva tried in vain to sound the alarm about lax regulation before the rig exploded. I'll talk to him in just a moment. Some members of the Congress, they were pretty worried about an oil spill like this back in February, and they raised the question. At the time, they sent a letter to Elizabeth Birnbaum, the director of MMS, and the letter states this: in recent months, this is the first paragraph, in recent months, we have heard disturbing reports regarding British Petroleum's Atlantis platform in the Gulf of Mexico. This platform, the largest oil and natural gas platform in the world, may be operating without crucial engineering documents, which, if absent, would increase the risk of a catastrophic accident that would threaten not only the workers on the platform, but also the Gulf of Mexico and the communities who depend on the resources it provides. It seems to me only a few people in the Congress got it. Now, this letter was written back on February 24th. We were talking health care back then. All of a sudden, this letter just slips out the back door. Congressman Raul Grijalva and 18 others sent this letter after a whistleblower tipped them off that BP wasn't living up to the industry or federal standards. You bet. Arizona Congressman Raul Grijalva joins me now. He's a member of the House Committee on Natural Resources. Congressman, why did you sound the alarm with a letter and 18 other members of Congress? What brought you to believe that there could be some catastrophic event?
Well, I think the two factors is that instinctively you believe some of the allegations. They haven't been really investigated. So our request was to look at it, number one, and asked the Minerals Management Service to look at it. Number two, there has been a cozy relationship that's been developed between this agency and the industry now over 9 to 10 years. And that relationship has turned into, quite frankly, a processing system for oil to get their leases, to get their permits, without the environmental analysis, without the full safety analysis that needs to go into this. And so there was, quite obviously on my part and the members that signed it, a suspicion that this was not up to the regulatory standards that we demanded.
So you had a whistleblower come to you back in February, and of course the country was focused on health care back then. We're on the verge of getting that done. So a whistleblower comes forward, you get together with some of your congressional members and you write this letter, and the response letter that I saw really didn't say much other than, we'll just look into it, which also plays into your comment about they had a cozy relationship. Did you think anything was going to come of your letter, and then this disaster takes place?
No, we thought we were going to have to push it and push it and make additional demands, but with this whole drill baby drill mantra that was going on in the country, yeah, energy independence, let's not buy oil from our enemies, all that was going on. Palin's running all over the country saying drill baby drill. The administration to some extent is falling into that line, and not as aggressively, but falling into that line. And so we thought we were going to have to really push hard. Then this horrible catastrophe happens, which I think has given impetus to the idea, take a step back. Maybe it's time for still baby still. Let's not do anything until we know exactly how this permitting process, and I think you hit the nail on the head, how it works, what the relationship is. I think the Secretary, by dividing enforcement and inspection in that agency, has taken a full step forward.
Yeah.
But the reform there has got to be deep. We're talking about people that work there. We're talking about Bush appointees that have been running this agency now for 8 years. We're talking about a track record. We're talking about investigations that have shown this service doesn't do its job.
Let's be completely fair about this. This is an Obama problem as well. I mean, these permits were also given out under President Obama. Now, I know he's had a lot on his plate, and it's not, the buck stops on the front desk, no question about it. But we as a country, our system has failed to allow corporations to go do whatever they want, because there's every construction manager in this country would love to do business without a permit, but they can't get away with it, can they?
Absolutely. And I think, 26 of the categorical exclusions granted after what happened at Horizon have been granted by this administration.
Quick response, Congressman. We're short on time. The president ordering a executive order independent commission tonight. Is that going to do it? What do you think?
I think it's a step, but I think the critical part, Congress has to quit kowtowing to the industry. They have to step up, act like Congress, act like they have oversight, and demand not only of the administration, but protect the taxpayers. And we have not done that, and that is what really is the test of this issue. Will Congress do its job?
I hope so. Congressman, great to have you with us tonight.
Thank you.
The pictures are absolutely gut-wrenching that's coming out of the Gulf.